This is just a video on BlockX ETL, which its primary purpose is to convert MongoDB data into a relational database. First, start off, make sure you've got BlockX API up and working. So open with code. Start that up, so that should be running on localhost 9002. Once that's up and running, go to BlockX ETL and download that. Then you can start it either in Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio. I might just start it in Visual Studio. Also, while that's happening, just make sure you have SQL Server installed. In SQL Server, just create a database called BlockX. You can create one by going New Database. And just in Visual Studio, just once you've downloaded it, just build it or rebuild. And check that it's working. If that's all working, should be able to just come back over here and just look in solution items for package commands. This one, you probably can't see. Zoom in. This has already been done. The migrations have been created, and you can see that in the migrations. So they've been created. So the only command that's needed to update the database should be this command here. So just go to PowerShell, wait for it to start up. You might just have to change directory to BlockX block extraction. And then just run that. So it builds the project, and then in my instance, I've got no migrations to apply. The database is already up to date. With that up to date, you should be able to just click run. Sorry, I just missed a step. Before you run, there's a couple of SQL queries here. It's probably better to look at them. So yeah, just here are a couple of queries that I might just open over here. So just make sure you're in BlockX database and run these. And so I've already got them, so yeah, so once they're installed, you can come back over to the project and run this. And okay, so after it's run, so I've just finished running it, you should have some populated tables. And so what I ran is unconfirmed extractions. Sorry, this has been renamed to BTUC blocks. Yeah, it's unconfirmed transactions from, BTC-UC from the Bitcoin blocks. Just waiting for this to open. And also, sorry, I missed it. Just make sure your server name is localhost. I think you can use, it's preferable to use SQL Server authentication, but I think it normally sets to Windows authentication. If there is problems, you might have to set up a user. So once the BlockX ETL is run, there should be a bunch of tables here. And just for convenience, I've added in some views, if it'll open. Yeah, and this is what should come out, is these are all the tables joined together. If you look at the view, by going script, create to new window. Actually, if you just open VW BTC UC in this folder, it'll show you the tables it's using in the view. So you can do that for unconfirmed transactions and ETH transactions. I don't think I have this one working, sorry, but the first two should be working. And they should be extracting the contents from the API, BlockX API endpoint, and converting it. Briefly, how that works is in the Solution Explorer, you've got extraction models, and you just, if you've got a new one, you start off with the top level. So unconfirmed transactions, blockchain. So yeah, you just model classes on the JSON that you're extracting. So the top level, this is an object, and inside this object is a blockchain body. And inside the blockchain body is a blockchain X. And inside here is a list of inputs. So if you get the model of, you create a model from the JSON, when you plug it in, so it also involves creating a context, application DB context. So adding it to the application DB context and creating an extraction and specifying the path